scene opens with a front door of a bar opening up and someone says they are fighting. The door of the bar opens and two guys rumble outside on the floor swinging at each other. Christopher Catano screams at Eddie Pullini with his fists raised up, one blocking his face and the blocking his chest. Eddie Pullini has the same stance, just reversed angle, and starts laughing at Christopher and says, "You hit like a girl, you should go back to the gym." Christopher Catano says, "I hit better than your mother, you dumb ugly freak." Eddie swings at Christopher in a wild manner and misses tremendously. Christopher dodges his fist and starts to do a kick to Eddie's stomach. All of a sudden Eddie falls to the floor and starts holding his belly and says, "That was a low blow, Catano." The bar door opens and a man in his 30s walks out and says, "How are you doing, boys?" The man throws a banana peel on the floor behind him and walks towards the curb to wait for a taxi. All of a sudden Christopher Catano picks up a bottle on the floor and breaks it in half and starts running towards Eddie on the floor. Christopher slips on the banana peel and slides past him into the street, and all of a sudden a big Cadillac hits him, sending him flyer over the car and landing on his head. The Cadillac door opens and Joey Bagaloni says, "Eddie, come inside the Cadillac and let's get out of here." Eddie stands up and grabs the guy that threw the banana peel on the floor and says, "Come with me, buddy, let's meet my family." The Cadillac speeds away with the body of Christopher Catano laying on the floor dead and in a pool of blood. The driver of the Cadillac just said, "You just whacked Christopher Catano," and that he was the main boss. "Congratulations, buddy, what's your name?" The stranger says his name is Buddy Gangster from Staten Island and was drinking in the bar watching the big Super Bowl football game, but he lost his number on the boxes. Buddy told them he had the score Chiefs 25 and 49 ERS 19, but the Niners scored the field goal and he lost the game with the score of Chiefs 25-49 ERS 22. Buddy says he is never lucky, only has bad luck all his life, and he wants to change that luck very soon. Eddie says, "Don't worry, your luck is going to change today, buddy." The Cadillac drives on the highway until it reaches the Verrazano Bridge from Brooklyn to Staten Island. Joey, driving the Cadillac, starts rolling his window down to give the toll keeper the cash to pass the toll. Joey says to Buddy, "Do you have change for the toll? I need coins, not dollar bills." Buddy says, "Yes, I do have change," and drops some coins on the floor. As he is on the floor picking up the coins, a gun appears at the toll window and points it at Joey. Buddy throws the coins to get then into the toll machine but misses and bounces off the side of the metal barrier, hitting the person with the gun pointed at Joey. All of a sudden the toll raises and the guy falls into the water and starts drowning until he stops moving and floats around the top of the water. Joey, the driver of the Cadillac, says, "Thank you, Buddy, for saving my life and also Eddie's life also. This family needs a guy like you." Buddy just smiles and says, "I am hungry, let's go eat some food at the diner on Highland Boulevard. They make some good Philly cheesesteaks with peppers, onions, mushrooms and mustard." Both guys say, "Anything for you, Buddy." The Cadillac pulls up and drives into the diner parking lot, and Eddie says, "Pull into that parking spot to the right and we will go in and eat some food." All three of them walk into the diner and sit in a booth near the kitchen, and the window is next to them as well. The waitress comes over and says, "What's up, guys, how are you doing today? Would like the special Philly cheesesteak today?" Buddy says, "Yes, I will take the special with a Coke with ice and lemon, please." Joey says, "Let me get the lamb gyro platter with extra white shitty sauce." Waitress corrects him with kiki sauce. Eddie says, "Give me the spaghetti with meatballs and glass of red wine Merlot with no ice cubes, thanks." The waitress takes the menu and goes into the kitchen to tell the chef or cook the order. The waitress brings out the food and they start eating their meals. All of a sudden the kitchen door flies open and the chef starts running towards the three men eating with two big knives in each hand. Buddy drops his fork on the floor and stands up to turn around and walk towards the kitchen to get another fork that he dropped on the floor. The chef steps on the fork on the floor and starts screaming in pain, and Joey pulls out a gun and shoots the chef. The chef falls to the ground and stops moving. The waitress walks over to the guys and says, "How about some dessert?" The guys say, "No, thank you, Missy, we will skip dessert tonight." Eddie pulls his wallet out of his pocket and pays cash and says, "Missy, keep the rest, it's your tip." They all walk out of the dinner towards the Cadillac parked on the right side of the building. Eddie and Joey say, "Buddy, you saved our lives 3 times so far, we are indebted to you." Eddie says, "We need to be a team because you do not have bad luck, only good luck. We will be your best friends and we will live a long time." Buddy walks into the car and they all get in and start driving to Eddie's home. Joey's tries starting the car but the battery is not starting. They all start coming back out of the car and lift the hood, and Joey says, "It's the battery, we need a boost or a jump from a tow truck or another vehicle." Meanwhile, a small car comes into the parking spot next to them and he says, "Hi, I am Max, I can give you a boost with my jumper cables." The man comes out of the small car and he has one leg that is metal and one normal leg and walks over to his trunk to find booster cables. Max connects the both jumper cables to the car and tells Joey to go into his car and rev the engine. Eddie is in the front of the Cadillac and Buddy is between both cars watching. Max tells Buddy to get out of his trunk a wrench to tighten the cables because tie are loose. Buddy walks past the small car and looks inside the car with Joey revving the engine and sees a wrench on the floor and opens the passenger door to pick it up and give IT to Max. Meanwhile, Max pulls out a silencer gun and points IT Eddie in the front of the Cadillac and says, "This is for my brother," in a quiet voice. While Buddy picks up the wrench, he puts the car into drive by accident and Joey says, "Buddy, what are you doing? You put into drive." All of a sudden the car races forward, crushing Max with the silencer gun, and he screams in agony and falls to the ground. Joey jumps out of the car and Eddie closes the trunk of the Cadillac and says, "Great job guys, the Cadillac started right up." They all look down and Joey says, "That looks like the guy I ran over at the bar." Eddie looks down and says he looked familiar. That was the brother that slipped on the banana peel in front of the bar. All three go into the car and Joey and Eddie say, "It's got to be our lucky day staying with Buddy." Buddy says, "I live on the next block and we can go out pick up some girls at this party I was invited to tomorrow on Saturday night." Both Joey and Eddie drop off Buddy at his house and Buddy continues to walk up his stairs. Buddy walks up the stairs, gets undressed and takes a shower and walks toward his bed and opens the TV and falls asleep. While he is sleeping, a news flash comes across the TV screen. Christopher Catano, Eddie Pullini, Joey from Staten Island, all the three big family mob bosses were killed today. Film at 11.